Welcome back to How to Beat Radical Red by a guy who's trying his best to beat Radical Red actively on Twitch 3 days a week, but instead spends most of his time losing his mind. How does this happen to me? How does this happen to me over and over and over and over again? Today we're addressing the Surge split, specifically every encounter and trainer that needs to be fought in between Misty and the Electric Lieutenant. There's a bunch of things to do, and the fights start with the mighty Camper Jeff. Camper Jeff is another one of the staple esteemed double battles in this double battle gauntlet that is Radical Red. Getting through this one deathless is incredibly tough, yet sometimes manageable. I always bring as many Intimidate Pokemon as possible to this fight, as every Pokemon on the other team after Galarian Mime is a physical attacker. Oh, and make sure you're killing that thing as soon as possible. There's no world in which you want a special attacker with this coverage sitting on the field dousing your team with super effective hits all battle. Open with a darker fire type and crank the Eviolite Mime out. In terms of other options I would bring to this fight, Lanturn and Gyarados have really good synergy, as Gyarados drops attacks with Intimidate, and Flip Turn Lanturn eats electric hits with Volt Absorb and swaps teammates in for relatively free. Arbok, Staraptor, Luxray, and other Intimidate users can also be incredibly valuable here, particularly Staraptor, who also comes with Roost. Generally, bulk Pokemon also do well here. Runa Regis, Berserker, and any of the starter final forms are generally viable for this fight. Specifically, Berserker can fire off fake outs and stall the opposition's ability to attack. All right, I'm feeling good. Crunch. Just gonna go Power Gem. Oh, please give me the burn. Give me the burn. Give me the burn. Didn't get the burn. Bummer. This should do like 33%. Yep. I probably get Ice Body procced here, because I always do. Sucker Punch there, and Will-O-Wisp. Good night, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, if you will. Probably Arm Throw. Oh, really? Oh, relax. Please stop. Okay. All right. Thanks. Ambi is now burned. So Ambi has been taken out of this fight. Ambi is useless. Bolt Hunt? Oh, sick. That's so good for me. All right, what's going to happen now is I'm going to switch to you, and I'm going to go... Where's Power? Yeah. Feel good about that. Beautiful. That's fine. Yup. This is a beautiful turn for me. This is really just the best turn ever. Can I get the kill? I don't think I kill here, right? Yeah, no. At the end of this turn, Bolt Hunt could die. Okay, show me the burn. Show me the burn. Flame Body? Didn't get it. Bummer. Flame Body. Come on, man. Going here for the attack drop. These two Pokemon cannot be defeated by those two Pokemon. This is a hard wall. Ambi fakes out and then switches out next turn. That's a beautiful, beautiful fake out. Can I get a burn here? Burn? Okay. Really? I'm going to Scald, and I'm going to switch to Proterra. Take it easy. I don't know, Matt. I don't know. Ah, you thought you had me, but you don't. But you very much do not. Okay, stop. That was the last one, right? Thak, how are you, man? Okay, 3's fine. All right, I clicked Seed Bomb, right? I think I did. I definitely click Seed Bomb. I don't know what it's going to use. I'm going to go here. It has no reason to use T-Punch on this side. I know that I've been switching a lot, but it shouldn't. It has no reason to. Not at all. Oh my gosh, that's such a good clear. Yeah, we went from here. Now we finished the job, boys. I realized today I can't watch other streamers play hardcore Radical Red. Shady Penguin was relearning early game today after 6 months to show off. And backseaters were telling him to sack Ozzy or Duck in the last set. Bro. Now, I hope that you took my advice from the last video and grabbed Shelter on Route 6. The reason is because the next 2 fishing encounters you might take, albeit one more obligatory than the other, both have shelters in their pools. By taking Shelter early, you rule out that encounter. And now, Vermilion City, Route 11, and the SS Anne. Grab the good rod from the leftmost building in Vermilion and fish with it here. The goal is Frillish. If you don't get the Frillish, you've stumbled into the low depths of Kinglerville. You're fishing on Route 11 with the same rod to try and get that Frillish again. And if somehow, someway, you've rolled both Kingler and now Relicanth, You have to try for Frillish on the SSN. Is there a world in which you roll Staryu here as well? It's fishing season. Frillish? Cross your fingers, boys. Yeah, that's pretty awful. Frillish? We're okay with Ecolysopod, I think. I think a good rod because I have to go for Frillish. Dude, there's no way. There's no way. Dude, I literally wrote about this in the script. Oh my God. Absolutely. And that means the path to success just got a lot bloodier. Moral of the story. Don't get crabby, get Frillish in Vermilion. If things go right, I like to take Frillish in Vermilion, Relicanth on Route 11, and I use the old rod for the 70% Wimpod chances on the SSN. Golisopod and Relicanth certainly pay their dues as encounters in use throughout the run. The final encounter to take before completing any battles is the Wonder Egg hatched from this guy in Vermilion in the Underground Path. There's no reason to hatch this egg anywhere else, and a nice egg can make an entire run. With all of our encounters addressed, there are 3 major battles left in this split. Brendan, Gentleman Tucker, or as I like to call him, Gentleman and Surge. The former of those lies at the back of the SSN, but you have to do some trickery first. Lined up in the path to the duel with our Hoenn friend are 2 double battles, each with deadly difficult lineups that threaten to take multiple Pokemon down with them. My strategy here is flawless and has never lost me a single Pokemon here. Okay, first, grab Brick Break because I forget about it almost every time. Remove every Pokemon from your party just before crossing the first one, so only 1 Pokemon remains in your party. Then pass by both double battles for free because they won't battle you if you only have 1 Pokemon. Once past the sailors, pull out your entire team for Brendan. Remember, you can just scroll to the right on the menu to access your PC in the overworld. Just don't forget, once you're done with the rival fight, repeat these steps in reverse. But what are you bringing to Brendan anyways? Azumarill and an itemless Golisopod are pretty good counters to the opening Crawdon. Even Effect Spore Parasect does a pretty good job with Bullet Seed and Spore. There's a Sceptile that's pretty easy to counter with Nevermelt Ice, Ice Shard Cloyster, as well as First Impression Golisopod. And Lantern always checks Plusle with Volt Absorb and a Citrus Berry. The 3 hardest checks are in this order. Third, Hariyama, second, Gardevoir, and first, Slaking. Hariyama is only difficult because Azu might be your only Crawdon check, but it's also your best Hari check. Azu 1v1s Hari every time, but not if it has to walk in below half health after eating huge liquidations from Crawdon. Gardevoir is a pain. There are some strategies where you can use a Lantern a little bit to Eerie Pulse it down, but the 3 best checks are consistently Jolly, Payappa Berry, Tentacruel, Aquaberry Berserker, and Iron Ball Heat Proof Bronzong. Walk in on the wrong move and Tenta and Berserker are toast, but just don't do that. And finally, the almighty Slaking. Low Sweep, Striker Blaziken, or Hisuian Decadui can do some work. So can Low Sweep, Hammer Arm Embor. But these are all starters. If you didn't choose one of these options, good luck. Slaking's Truant is buffed in this, where it's allowed to slack off during rest turns, which is insane. Never mind the fact that this beast is super switch heavy, relying on Gardevoir constantly to eat fighting type attacks. Even if you choose one of these starter options, you still have to get a little lucky. Drew, this is for the video. This is the one we're putting in the video because this is gonna be the best one. You ready? Easy peasy lemon peasy. I regret putting an item on this Pokemon. And it switches. That's fine. This should be knockoff. Guaranteed knockoff. Guaranteed knockoff. Are we in the danger zone? You could say that. You could say that. I don't know if I would say that, but you could say that. Actually, I think I made a huge misplay by giving an item to Golisopod, but we'll see if it pays off or doesn't pay off or whatever. Cool. Slaking falls. Slaking's done. Good night, buddy. All right, Gardevoir comes out. Gardevoir wants to use Psychic here. We have maybe the best check in the entire game to Gardevoir, which is crazy. I didn't realize how good of a check this was until we lined up to make it work. Iron Ball, Gyro Ball. Yeah. Whatever it goes to. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. This is knockoff for sure. I'm going to YZ. Play rough. That's fine. I am rolling the dice a little bit by staying in here because Hariyama is now going to be a little bit more difficult to counter. However, we should be as fast as Hariyama and we should be able to kill it in one hit, even through fake out and everything. Okay. Huge power Gardevoir. I'm heat proof. This should do nothing. Nice. Nice. GG's. First movement. We did lose, we lost one Pokemon to a small, slight, ever so tiny misplay, but this should be knockoff. I don't think it goes for fake out here. I think it sees that it kills. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Is Hariyama gonna kill me from here? I don't think so. Let me just double check. It's a crit roll and I have to roll it. I don't have another play. Just go play rough. We're faster. Hell yeah. Easy. Sure, so this could be Volt Switch. It could also be Grass Knot. I think it goes Volt Switch. Do we have another Pokemon? Oh, we do have it. Yeah, it's going to go Sceptile here. I'm going to use this opportunity to get into Golisopod for free. I was going to use Cloyster, who does counter this, but Golisopod's a better counter to this. I just was going to have to use Golisopod to open against Crawdon, and since that didn't end up coming to fruition, I'm going to take it out with Sceptile instead. Or with Golisopod instead. Okay. Now this Plusle does want to use Volt Switch here, so I'm going to go back to that Lantern, and we win on a very, very, very clean Brendan. This is one of the more clean Brendans I've ever had. I'm trying to remember if there was anything in this fight that was sweaty for a second. I guess technically the Hariyama, because technically we were speed side with Azu. I probably should have gone Jolly there to avoid that speed side and to make sure that but I don't know if I guaranteed kill at that point, do I? Play rough. Play rough was a roll to begin with. Play rough when we're adamant is a roll to kill. And not a particularly good one, actually. It's only a 40% chance. So power to Azu for getting through that one. But I think a Jolly nature means that we just never kill. Let me just see. All right. Togekiss is live. The penultimate fight of the Surge Split is seemingly pretty tame, but don't let this team of low base stat total Pokemon fool you. It's not meant to sweep you. It's meant to take 1 or 2 casualties just to make the rest of the run worse. Let me explain. The opener is Alakazam with Focus Sash, which you can basically always beat with Sucker Punch Golisopod. Farfetch'd has a hard time standing up to Shell Armor Icicle Spear Cloyster as well, giving you 2 near guaranteed checks. Swanna is relatively easy, falling almost always to Lantern's Shockwave in 1 hit. Pikachu Surfing is sneaky tough, but any grass type steps up and does the job from Go-Goat to Torterra. So what's the big deal? That's 4 Pokemon countered of the team of 5, and there's only 1 left. And it's a 3-headed ground turd. Surely there's no way this fight actually causes problems. Except the Demon Trio Life Orb Arena traps up a Nuzlocke nightmare. Because the Switch AI in Radical Red is wildly unpredictable, you basically need to be ready for Doug Trio to walk in at all times with every check. What does that look like? Lots of priority moves such as Aqua Jet Azumarill, Ice Shard Cloyster, and so on. Unfortunately, the only consistent counter to Swanna is Lantern, so the only move you can reasonably use on the bird until Doug Trio is dead is Flip Turn, because if Doug Trio walks in, down goes the fish. Of course, I have found one cheat code to this entire fight, Bolt Hunt, with Black Glass's Crunch, Ice Fang, Thunderfang, and Strongjaw, as well as a Jolly nature. There's a small chance the puppy sweeps the entire fight. Instead of relying on the dog to win the whole thing, I just like to bring it as an insurance policy because it 1v1s everything in this fight. The final battle here is Surge, who has a tendency to ruin everything. Technically, there are a few more battles before you're out of what I would consider to be early game, but I like to think of Surge as one of the 2 gatekeepers. And you'll meet Pokenerd Aiden next video. This team, without knowing exactly what's available, looks super spooky. Mega Ampharos, Iron Fist Electivire, Surge Surfer Nasty Plot Raichu, Explosion Electrode. There's no shortage of powerhouses or minefields on this roster. I have, however, been able to figure some stuff out. Surge leads Rotom Frost, who has 2 important quirks. Before we get into that, there are some Pokemon that outspeed and one-shot it, like Galarian Rapidash and sometimes Pyroar. Being as that's super encounter dependent, I prefer workaround options. Emboar, Blaziken, and Relicanth pack speed-dropping moves Low Sweep and Rock Tomb that 2-shot the beast. The first quirk is that Rotom Frost doesn't think it's gonna faint before it can get an attack off if it isn't gonna die in 1 hit, so it should nearly always Nasty Plot. This all hinges on not having a move in your learn set that would one-shot the Frisky Refrigerator. Delete Hammer Arm and Blaze Kick, you don't need it. Of course, this isn't always the case as Rad Red AI is all over the place, and I know the Relicanth option sounds whack, but hear me out. Jolly Rally outspeeds after 1 speed drop from Rock Tomb, and Wakenberry stops Frost from Thunderbolting always. The second quirk I wanted to talk about with Rotom Frost is that it thinks Freeze Dry is the most damaging option in some situations, as it should do super effective damage, but Frost can't click an Ice move without punting its Z move first. Rally eats Z Ice for breakfast and cleans up the next turn. Raichu is probably the easiest check here, as pivoting into Lantern is usually free while Raichu tries to Rising Voltage. If you flip turn to relieve the Focus Sash, pivoting into Golisopod or Thievul or any Dark type for that matter with Sucker Punch, it's a quick kill. Hitmonlee is also kinda cheeks. Azu just beats it. You don't even need an item, do whatever you want. Mega Ampharos is where things get problematic, but I have some answers. Lantern does nothing because Mold Breaker makes Rising Voltage a one-shot. Try Torterra for a guaranteed 1v1, or Rindoberry Swampert, Quagsire, Donphan, really whatever ground type you want. If you can chip, you can pivot into Azu for the Play Rough kill, as Amphi is slow as dirt. The final 2 Pokemon are probably the hardest to deal with. Electivire hits so hard. I like to use Will-O-Wisp Runerigus or Bullet Seed Parasect to deal an enormous punch. Shell Armor Torkoal with Bulldoze does surprisingly well. If you can swap into Lantern for free, you can risk a crit close combat to Icy Wind and flip turn out. If you can get a second speed drop, Azu fires Evire into the sun with Play Rough, but good luck figuring that one out. And then there's Electrode. In a perfect world, you pivot from Torterra into Golisopod on guaranteed Hidden Power Ice, and first impression this ball of grass and static. Unfortunately, that almost never happens. Chillinberry Parasect with Leech Life does a pretty good job, so does Sapsip or Leafeon or Gogoat kinda. Careful Citrus Berry Golisopod can technically handle a Chloroblast non-crit 66% of the time if you want to roll that die. Electrode is the hardest one to counter here because even if you find a check, it's likely to just Volt Switch out anyways. This team is nearly impossible to beat deathless. Let's do it. Dude, I'm opening against Surge with Relicanth. Okay. Does that make things worse? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. Not happy about it. Okay. Rotom false. Show me Electrode. Okay. 30% chance we just lose. 30% chance we just lose. If this HP drops below 28 HP, we just lose. That's it. Prage, boys. There we go. We're in this! We're in this fight! We are in this fight. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Electrode falls. Okay. All right. That sucks. It's okay, but it sucks. I want this to be Rising Voltage. It is either going to be Rising Voltage or Dragon Pulse. One is significantly worse than the other, but I don't have another play. Show me Rising Voltage. Rising Voltage, Rising Voltage, please. Please, 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 please. Rising Voltage, please. Yes! Okay. All right, that's fine. Now I go Bulldoze. Here goes Dragon Balls. That's good. Okay. I prepared for this. I went Rindoberry here in case it goes HP Grass. I also hope that it goes Dragon Pulse. Yes! Yes! Bro. Okay. Good night, Ampharos. All right. Raichu comes out, wants to use Rising Voltage for sure. We have Volt Absorb Lantern for this specific purpose. We still have one more crit to dodge. Raichu falls. That was always the plan. Hitmonlee comes out, which is weird. That's weird. Okay. Go in here. I mean, I just played it off again. Oh my god. That is dumb. That's dumb. That is dumb. And the best possible move that Torkoal could walk in on here is the only move that it is guaranteed to walk in on. Show me Plasma Fists. Yep, that did what? 60, 63, I think. I go Bulldoze here. There is a lose con, actually. It's going to be 50-50 here. I think I might go Mach Punch. No, it won't go Mach Punch. I just want to see. What does it use? That would be fine. Okay, it's one of 3 things here. 2 win cons. I actually think we might be okay regardless. I have a plan if this doesn't go the way. Don't show me close comp. Okay, that sucks. I have a plan. Wait, we're faster now. Dodge the crit, right? We are faster. It's -1. It's -1. I'm faster. I just do flip turn. We're fine. We win. Because it uses close combat here. And I can Aqua Jet. That -2 Aqua Jet always kills from here. No way it doesn't. Yes! Dude. Whew. I went into Surge's gym with 5 water types. What? 5 water types! Bro.